No, what the Obama camp is saying is that they, out of respect for the military, canceled because they thought it would be improper for a paid-for campaign event to go visit the troops, and it would be demeaning to the troops to appear as a campaign event. The Pentagon said you can come, but you can't bring the media circus and you can't bring the cameras. When the Pentagon said you can't bring the cameras, that's when the Obama people said they're not going. Then they tried to lay this off on the Pentagon, but the bottom line is they were not allowed to bring cameras, and that's why they canceled.
Senator Reid, now you've done a lot of these trips. They call them CODELs, congressional delegations go. Are you ever allowed to take cameras when you go in to visit wounded troops? I thought that was sort of the general rule that everybody knew about.
I don't think Senator Obama would have done that. Senator Hagel, Senator Obama and I visited the Combat Support Hospital in Baghdad to thank those nurses, those doctors, to see patients that were there, to bring a bit of greetings from home and profound thanks. That should be in the ad that Senator McCain is running. I think Senator Obama made a very wise choice. If there's any suggestion that a visit to a military hospital would be political, he made the wise choice not to go. But when we were in Baghdad, we made a point at the end of a very exhausting day to go in and see these magnificent young Americans and those doctors and nurses that give such tremendous care without a lot of fanfare, just to say thanks. He did it the same thing. We didn't stay in Kabul. We went to Jalalabad to see the soldiers of the 173rd. We stopped in Basra to see our soldiers down there. We went into Anbar province to see soldiers there. That is a completely distorted and I think inappropriate advertisement.
Let me add to that. As you know, Bob, the congressional delegation that you referred to ended when we parted in Jordan. At that point, it was a political trip for Senator Obama. I think it would have been inappropriate for him, and certainly he would have been criticized by the McCain people and the press, and probably should have been, if on a political trip in Europe, paid for by political funds, not the taxpayers, to go essentially then and be accused of using our wounded men and women as props for his campaign. I think the judgment there, and I don't know the facts, by the way, I know what I've just read. No one's asked me about it other than what you've just asked about, but I think it would be totally inappropriate for him on a campaign trip to go to a military hospital and use those soldiers as props. And so I think he probably, based on what I know, he did the right thing. We saw troops everywhere we went on the congressional delegation. We went out of our way to see those troops. We wanted to see those troops. And that's part of our job, to see those troops, by the way, and listen to those troops, Bob. And we do.
Do you think that ad was appropriate?
I do not think it was appropriate.
You do not?
I do not.